So, with the Texas abortion law essentially outlawing abortion in general, I would like to give a little bit of insight to what's kind of been, going on after the law was passed. What I have in front of me is an article from Business Insider that details the following. Clinics in states neighboring Texas are seeing drastic increases in patients seeking an abortion. Wow. So people are leaving Texas and heading into neighboring states like Oklahoma, New Mexico, and Louisiana in search of abortion services. Texas earlier this month passed a strict abortion law prohibiting anyone from obtaining the procedure after 6 weeks of pregnancy. Can't speak today. A point at which most people do not yet know they are pregnant. The law has forced some abortion providers in the state to turn away patients seeking the procedure. The law, however, has not stopped people from seeking and obtaining abortions. Providers outside the state told Insider more Texas are flocking to their clinics instead. The surrounding states are seeing an increase in patients, and we have heard from clinics in other states who are now booked up with appointments for several weeks. Melissa Flower, Chief Program Officer at the National Abortion Federation, a professional association of abortion providers. Some of these providers are concerned about having the capacity to care for the patients in their community amid the surge in Texas patients. And I think I'll just stop right there. Look at the problems that we're causing here. Look at this. First of all, before I even really get into this, I just want to touch on this whole thing with Republican leaders and what they typically say. These are supposed to be the chancellors of freedom, the freedom crusaders. I hate anything that has to do with the government and freedom. Fuck Medicare for all. I can't have the government handing out health care that impinges on your freedom. Fuck having to wear a mask or get vaccinated. That impinges on your freedom. They don't want to do any of that. But for some reason, they are completely fine, completely okay with having the government step in to say to people, you know what? We're going to take away your freedom to get an abortion. That's what they're saying here. And they're completely fine with that. And they don't see a contradiction. They don't see any kind of hypocrisy with that sort of ideal. No, not at all. And I mean, it's indicative of, their nature. They're liars. They're propagandists. They don't really believe in freedom. They just use the argument when it's convenient for them. But anyway, this is what they're doing. They're forcing Texans, people, women that would like to get an abortion, to seek avenues outside of the state. That's what they're doing. And abortion clinics are fueling up, and this is the result of it. And I mean, I just don't understand it. So these are the same people that hate social safety net programs. They hate things like food stamps and unemployment aid and everything else under the sun. But when you have these mothers that aren't ready to have kids, some of them aren't in an economically stable situation, and you force them to have kids, that's going to be more people on food stamps, more people on unemployment, more people on all the rest, right? And you don't want to extend those benefits. So why are you creating this sort of problem? And it also creates problems, as we grow older. You have a parent or parents that aren't ready to be parents and that don't want to be parents that would have otherwise had got rid of the child. Now they are forced to raise the child. That creates all sorts of problems on their own. I mean, that could have potentially and most likely deleterious effects in the future. So I really don't understand the logic behind this. I don't understand the logic behind a lot of the things that the politicians do in this country. It's absolutely insane. It has no kind of rationale behind it, but what else can you expect?